Well, the Phillies lost a game. It feels weird to say that because of all the winning they've been doing and great baseball they've been playing recently, but the Phillies dropped the series opener in Cleveland against the Guardians 6-0. They were shut out on Friday night in Cleveland. It wasn't great to see. It wasn't their best performance. I mean, it's a 162 game season. They're not going to win every game, but they were winning a lot. They were winners of 9 of their previous 11 games before that. They were on a 3-game winning streak, which is now snapped. They dropped a series opener to the Cleveland Guardians 6-0. It wasn't great to see, but the sky is not falling. The world is not ending. The Phillies are back at it again today against the Cleveland Guardians for Game 2 of the series. Ranger Suarez is on the mound to start. He was underwhelming in his first start of 2025 last Sunday against the Arizona Diamondbacks. One to forget, but hopefully he bounces back with that first start under his belt and he gets the Phillies back on track today. As for what happened yesterday, like I said, they were shut out 6-0. The Phillies offense, quiet. They've been doing pretty good recently. They've been winning games, hitting the ball pretty good, playing smart baseball, but the offense couldn't get anything going. They only had 6 hits, obviously no runs in that loss to Cleveland yesterday. They left 9 runners on base. They had opportunities to score, especially, they were 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position in yesterday's loss. So when you can't score with runners in scoring position, especially with under 2 outs, you're just simply not going to win a lot of baseball games. They didn't do that yesterday. The Phillies offense, quiet. Don't like to see it, but like I said, long season, nothing really to worry about. They'll bounce back. They got one of the best lineups, one of the best teams in baseball. I've got all the faith in the world in them to bounce back. They're not going to perform great every game. Some of the guys like Trey Turner, Nick Castellanos, they did well at the plate yesterday. So, as long as the whole team's not getting no hit, they did have 6 hits, still not great, but, as long as everybody's not cold, ice cold, there's still light at the end of the tunnel. There's a long season. They're still among the game's best. As for the starting pitcher yesterday, Aaron Nola. Aaron Nola's been a long time Philadelphia Philly now. Feels like he's been around forever. It does feel weird to say that, though, just because he has been around forever, but it doesn't feel like he has been. I don't know. It's just weird to think of just because, he was a young kid coming up back in the day. Came out of college, came up pretty quick through the system, was around for the tough times. Now he's around for the good times. He's signed a huge long-term contract with them, so he's around for even a longer time. But Aaron Nola, he has not played too well this year. Not his best performances in 2025 so far. Yesterday, in the loss to Cleveland, he went only 5 innings, allowed 6 hits, 2 walks, 4 earned runs, and he allowed 2 home runs. And that's the thing with Aaron Nola. As many of you know, he allows way too many home runs. Way too many home runs for our liking. And it can be frustrating at times because a pitcher of his caliber, a pitcher who's regarded around Major League Baseball as a number 1 starter on most teams, obviously is number 2 with the Phillies because of Zach Wheeler, but he's got ace-level stuff. He might not be as great as he was in years past, but he's still right up there with the best of them. This year, he's off to a pretty slow start. He's had some good games. He's had some bad games, a few pretty bad games, but the home runs are they're agonizing at this point because it's too much for him. He's 1-6 this year with a 4.89 ERA through his first 8 starts. Not great numbers. The Phillies don't really give him a lot of run support as they lost 6-0 yesterday, didn't score a run for him. Probably didn't really matter too much being down 6-0, but still, they don't really give him too many run support. I'd like to see that change in the future for him because he deserves it. He's a good player, and he needs the run support, especially a guy who throws a lot of strikes, is always around the strike zone. He needs the run support because he's going to let up some home runs. He's going to let up some runs, unfortunately, just the way he pitches. Last year, going back to the home run thing, he was tied for the 3rd most home runs in Major League Baseball with 30, and those 30 home runs allowed were tied for the most in the National League. That's just how he is. That's the kind of pitcher he is. This year, he's allowed 2 home runs in 4 of his 8 starts, including yesterday's loss. Don't like to see it, but like I said, it happens. for him. He's tied for the 4th most home runs allowed this year in 2025, something he can hopefully cut back on going forward because he can't keep putting his team in the holes like that. Obviously, like I said, they need to score runs for him. Just not happening for him right now. It's still a long season. I'm sure he'll bounce back. I'm sure he'll figure things out. He's probably going to let up home runs. Like I said, he's a strike thrower. He's always around the plate. That's a narrative of his. Whether you agree with it or not, he's going to allow home runs. You just got to deal with it. He's got to deal with it. It's going to happen just the way he pitches. It can be frustrating, but as long as he's not letting up grand slam after grand slam after grand slam, and the Phillies can hopefully score runs for him, it's really not that bad. As long as he's not letting, like I said, a bunch of multi-home run games. Obviously, cut back on that. He's got 4 multi-home run game allowed this year in 2025 out of his 8 starts. That's got to change. Another thing that could change coming up for the Phillies, some people are talking about it. Some people aren't. It might be a hot topic. Could get some people, ruffle their feathers a little bit. But Rob Thompson, he's been, especially going into this season, he was thinking about changing up the lineup. Obviously, took Kyle Schwarber out of his leadoff role, experimenting with Trey Turner, Bryson Stott up there. They've been doing pretty well up there, so don't hate it. But Rob Thompson has another decision to make. Does he switch up the lineup here? Like the offense has been all right throughout 2025. They've been doing pretty good. They've been winning games, but their main superstar player, Bryce Harper, the face of the Phillies franchise, one of the faces of Major League Baseball, has been not good in 2025. It's weird to say that just because of who he is. He's an elite player. He's a future Hall of Famer. He's done it all. 2-time MVP, All-Star, 8-time All-Star, 4-time Silver Slugger. Great player. One of the all-time greats. But 2025, been a very slow start for him. He's got a .229 batting average this year. Not good. Very low. He's close to being sub 200. Just not what we're used to out of Bryce Harper. He'll change that. I got all the faith in the world in him because he is a great player. Sorry, I'm going to sneeze. But he's a great player. Bryce Harper, he'll pick things up. He'll heat up as the weather gets warmer. But right now, it's been a struggle for him. He's frustrated. The fans are frustrated. The team is a little frustrated. Does Rob Thompson switch up the order? A lot of teams pitch around Bryce Harper. He's been batting 2nd against lefties for the most part and 3rd against righties in the order this year in 2025. Kyle Schwarber has been hitting behind him depending on righty or lefty matchup. So he was hitting either 3rd or 4th right now behind Harper. Teams usually pitch around Harper because they're scared of a guy like him at the plate. They don't want him to do damage against them. So you pitch around him. Hope he chases pitches, gets himself out, or he gets on base and you deal with the next guys coming up after him. You don't want Bryce Harper to hurt you because he can with one swing of the bat. He's got that talent. He's got that raw power. He's got that swagger to him. But this year, he's been going slow. He's been striking out. He's been chasing pitchers. He's been getting himself out. He has been making weak contact here and there, rolling over, hitting little ground balls, not producing the way we know he can. Tough to see, but could they switch Schwarber and Harper in the lineup? Put Schwarber hitting before Harper? Would that change the team's game plan? Would that Kyle Schwarber can also hurt a team, hurt a pitcher, blink of an eye. He can smack one out of there like the best of them. Would teams kind of treat Schwarber like they treat Harper in the lineup? Would they try to pitch around Schwarber, try to get himself out to deal with the guys after him, which would be Harper, and give Harper better opportunities? I don't know if that would work. Maybe it's something they can try out. Might as well at this point see if anything changes because it's just not working for Harper right now. And something needs to change because you just don't want your superstar player struggling this much. It can affect his mentality, and we need him going strong, especially as the season progresses, to stay up there with the best of the teams in that Major League Baseball, have a good position in the playoffs, make the playoffs. That's still far way away, but we'll see. I was saying yesterday that the Phillies should give Harper a day off or two just to let him clear his mind. Got some heat for it. I still believe that they should. He's played every single game this year. But maybe this lineup change could be a better solution. Maybe even bumping him further down from 2nd or 3rd in the order. Maybe 5th, 6th, just for now. Just to get him going further down in the order and see how that works. I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out here. Rob Thompson, you got a decision to make. Not going to be easy. You also have a decision to make on the catching position. JT Realmuto, his Phillies career could be coming to a close pretty soon. His contract's ending soon. He's getting older. They got a decision first to make if they're going to keep him around. He's one of the better catchers in the league, but he is getting older. Tough decision to keep him around, but we'll see what they do there. Right now, I want to talk about the backup catching position. That was a big topic of discussion the past couple years because Garrett Stubbs was not getting the job done, especially from an offensive standpoint. Not good at the plate. Pretty good behind the plate as a defensive catcher. Pitchers love throwing to him. He works the game well. He's got great relationships with them, which is great to see, especially right now. He's down in AAA. Great to see working with the young pitchers, especially the Phillies' top prospects, and Andrew Painter now, Mick Abel, and a few other guys. He's helping them out, really helping their development. It's great to see. He is a pro's pro. He's getting things done for them down there in AAA. Obviously didn't get things done here with the Phillies in Major League Baseball at the MLB level. Rafael Marchand, the fans were calling for him to start to be JT Realmuto's backup catcher last year. Going into this year, he won the starting or backup job after spring training ahead of Stubbs. Stubbs had one minor league option remaining, so they obviously made the decision. Marchand had 0, so he would have had to clear waivers and all, and now the whole process, the Phillies could have lost him. He's still young. He's got some potential. Unfortunately, injuries have derailed his career, so he's never really been able to have that consistency. But this year, he also is not really having that consistency right now as JT Realmuto's backup. He really doesn't have that many opportunities playing because obviously Realmuto is one of the best in the game. Marchand, he's batting .087 this year in 2025. He only has 2 hits. He was 0 for 3 in the series opening loss against Cleveland last night, including 0 for 2 with runners in scoring position. You like to see him come through in those situations. The team obviously didn't. I said they were 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position. He wasn't the only one. He only has 23 at-bats this year, so it's hard to get going, hard to get in a groove at the plate when you're only getting 23 at-bats scattered here and there. You can't really fault him there, but you got to stay ready at the major league level. You got to produce when your name is called. He hit .294 last year when JT Realmuto missed about a month or so. Him and Garrett Stubbs were platooning at the catching position. He hit .294 in 17 games. A big reason why the fans loved him, why they thought he should be the backup catcher behind Realmuto. Another reason why he did get that job going into this year. There was a huge debate, obviously, between Marchand and Stubbs and who to keep. But right now, that decision is not really looking great. .087 batting average this year in 2025. That's terrible. The Phillies, do they have a backup catching problem? Garrett Stubbs obviously wasn't the answer. Rafael Marchand's not looking like the answer. Is it time to look to free agency? Is it time to look for a backup catcher through trade? They do have an elite-looking prospect down in the minors, but he's only 18 years old, Eduardo Tate. He's in the low levels. He's got a long way to go. So the Phillies could have a backup catching problem. They could have a starting catching problem soon if JT Realmuto isn't brought back, but that's a little further down the line. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Phillies Daily. We'll be back at it tomorrow, hopefully with the Phillies win. Like, comment, share, subscribe to Phillies Daily so we can keep this content going, so you can stay in tune with all of the recent Phillies news. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, I'm Mike Hennelly. See you guys next time. Go Phils.